Money has rules, and the rich play by a set most people never even see. These aren't the soft, feel-good tips you find in a magazine. They're sharp, unpolished truths. They can sting, they can feel unfair, but they work. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on 15 harsh rules the rich follow that you don't. These rules aren't about luck or magic. They're about discipline, mindset, and choices that most people aren't willing to make. Some of them will challenge what you believe about money. Others will make you uncomfortable. That's the point. Growth never happens in comfort. If you're here for sugar-coated advice, this isn't your video. But if you're ready to hear the truth, the kind that can change your financial future, stay with me. Bookmark this. Revisit it in a year. See how many rules you've made your own. Welcome to Wealth Pal, a place where future exceptionally successful and wealthy individuals gain an unfair advantage. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so as to never miss out on a future life-changing video. Without further ado, here are 15 harsh rules the rich follow that you don't. Number 1. Leave far below your means. The rich don't just spend less than they earn, they spend far less. This isn't about being cheap. It's about creating a wide gap between income and expenses so money can grow. Most people let their lifestyle rise with every pay raise. Bigger house, newer car, fancier dinners. The wealthy resist that pull. Picture a millionaire driving a modest 10-year-old sedan while their neighbors finance luxury SUVs. That gap between what they could spend and what they do spend becomes fuel for investments. The principle is simple. Cash flow builds wealth, image drains it. If you look rich before you are rich, you'll never get there. The rich know appearances don't pay dividends. Discipline does. Number 2, pay yourself first. Before the rich pay a single bill, they pay themselves. That means the first slice of every dollar earned goes straight into savings or investments. Not rent, not groceries, not even taxes. Most people do the opposite. They spend first and save whatever's left, which is usually nothing. The wealthy flip that script. Imagine setting up an automatic transfer that moves 20% of your income into an investment account the moment your paycheck lands. You never see it, so you never miss it. This habit forces you to live on what remains, while your future quietly grows in the background. The principle is simple. You are your most important creditor. If you don't pay yourself first, you're working for everyone but you. Number 3, multiple income streams. The rich never rely on a single paycheck. One income is fragile. It can vanish with a layoff, a market shift, or a single bad month. Wealthy people build layers of income, so if one dries up, the others keep flowing. Think of it like a river system, a main stream from a job or business, fed by smaller streams like rental income, dividends, royalties, or side ventures. This isn't about chasing every shiny idea. It's about building steady, reliable flows over time. A salary plus a small online store. A consulting gig plus a rental property. The principle is clear: diversify or die. One stream is a trickle. The rich build rivers that keep running, even when storms hit. Number 4, aggressive reinvestment. The rich treat money like seeds. They don't eat them, they plant them. When profits come in, they don't rush to upgrade the car or book a luxury vacation. They pour that money back into the very thing that created it. Their business, their investments, their skills. This is how compounding turns small wins into massive fortunes. Imagine a bakery owner who uses extra earnings to buy better equipment, open a second location, or launch an online store, instead of splurging on a sports car. Every reinvested dollar is a worker that brings back more dollars. The principle is simple. Feed the machine before feeding your ego. The rich know that every dollar you take out slows the engine that's building your future. Number 5, asset protection first. Making money is one thing. Keeping it is another game entirely. And the rich know the second game is harder. They build walls around their wealth before they ever show it off. That means legal structures like LLCs and trusts, layers of insurance, and airtight contracts. Why? Because one lawsuit, one accident, or one bad partnership can wipe out decades of work. Picture a business owner who quietly holds property through a company name, not their own, shielding it from personal risk. The principle is simple: protect before you flex. The rich play defense as fiercely as they play offense, because they know the scoreboard only matters if you're still in the game tomorrow. Number 6, think in decades. The rich don't think in days, weeks, or even years. They think in decades. They see wealth as a slow-growing tree, not a quick crop. Most people get impatient when results don't show up fast, quitting after a bad month or a rough year. The wealthy stay the course, knowing that time is the greatest multiplier. Imagine holding an investment through market crashes, political changes, and economic swings, and watching it grow stronger over 10, 20, even 30 years. They plan moves today that will pay off long after the excitement fades. The principle is simple: patience builds empires. If you can't think 10 years ahead, you'll stay stuck in the problems of today. Number 7, calculated risk-taking. The rich don't fear risk, they respect it. They know that without risk, there's no reward, but they also know reckless moves can destroy everything. Instead of gambling, they engineer their wins. They study the odds, gather information, and only step in when the numbers and timing are in their favor. Think of an investor who spends months researching a company before buying shares, instead of jumping in because of hype. Or an entrepreneur who tests a small version of a product before scaling it. The principle is clear: risk is a tool, not a thrill ride. The wealthy don't roll dice, they stack them. Every move is a calculated strike designed to grow, not just to hope. Number 8, guarded time. The rich treat time like gold because it's the one thing they can't buy back. Every hour is either building their future or stealing from it. That's why they say no far more than they say yes. They block out hours, even whole days, for deep, focused work, and they fiercely protect those blocks from interruptions. Imagine a CEO who won't take random calls, skips pointless meetings, and refuses to scroll endlessly on social media. They know that wasted time is wasted opportunity. The principle is simple: protect your calendar like your bank account. If someone can't buy your time, they can't waste it. The rich understand that guarding their hours is the same as guarding their wealth. Number 9, exit plans for everything. The rich never walk into a deal without knowing exactly how they'll walk out. Every business, every investment, every partnership, they enter with the end already mapped. Why? Because nothing lasts forever. Markets shift, industries change, and opportunities fade. Most people drift until they're forced out, often at a loss. The wealthy sell a business at its peak instead of riding it into decline. They cash out of investments before the tide turns. They even plan personal moves, like relocating or retiring, years in advance. The principle is simple: begin with the end in mind. The rich leave on their terms, not when circumstances push them. That's how they protect both their capital and their control. Number 10, detach from public approval. The rich don't measure success by applause. They know popularity doesn't pay dividends, and chasing approval can lead to bad decisions. Most people crave being liked, so they avoid moves that might upset others, even if those moves are smart. The wealthy are comfortable being misunderstood in the short term if it means winning in the long run. Picture an investor who buys into an unpopular industry that later explodes in value, or a business owner who raises prices despite criticism, knowing it's the right call. The principle is simple: results over recognition. The rich would rather be wealthy than liked because they understand that public opinion changes, but solid results stand the test of time. Number 11, sacrifice comfort now for freedom later. The rich understand that comfort is a short-term rental, but freedom is something you own forever. They're willing to trade easy living today for a life without limits tomorrow. That might mean working long hours while friends relax, living in a small apartment while building a portfolio, or driving the same old car while stacking investments. Most people flip it. They grab comfort now and pay for it with decades of struggle. The wealthy endure the grind because they know it's temporary. The principle is simple. Short-term sacrifice buys long-term ease. They're not chasing instant pleasure. They're building a future where they never have to trade time for money again. Number 12, cut losses quickly. The rich know that clinging to a bad decision is like trying to save a sinking ship by pouring in more water. Most people hold on to losing investments, failing businesses, or toxic partnerships because they've already put so much in. That's the sunk cost trap, and it's deadly to wealth. The wealthy act fast. If something isn't working, they pull the plug before it drains more time, money, and energy. Picture an investor selling a property that's bleeding cash instead of hoping the market will magically turn. The principle is simple. Protect capital, not ego. The rich would rather take a small loss today than a massive one tomorrow, because survival is the first step to winning. Number 13, relentless accountability. The rich don't hide from the mirror. They stare straight into it. Every win, every loss, every missed target is theirs to own. They don't waste time blaming the economy, their boss, or bad luck. Instead, they ask, what could I have done differently? And then they act on the answer. Imagine a business owner tracking every expense, every sale, every customer complaint, not to punish themselves, but to learn and improve. They measure because what gets measured gets mastered. The principle is simple. Excuses don't build wealth, adjustments do. The wealthy know that when you take full responsibility, you take full control. And control is the foundation of lasting success. Number 14, guard mental energy. The rich guard their minds like a fortress. They know focus is a limited resource, and every distraction is a thief. That's why they avoid gossip, drama, and endless scrolling. They choose what they read, watch, and listen to with care, feeding their mind with ideas that build them up instead of wearing them down. Imagine an investor who starts the day with strategy meetings and learning, not news headlines designed to stir fear. They cut out toxic people and low-value conversations because they understand mental clutter leads to poor decisions. The principle is simple. Protect the mind, protect the money. The wealthy spend their brain power like capital, only on things that bring a return. Number 15, privacy as a shield. The rich understand that the less people know, the safer they are. They don't broadcast every win, every purchase, or every move. Why? Because oversharing invites risk, from jealousy to theft to unwanted attention. They keep their assets tucked behind holding companies, their investments under quiet names, and their personal lives off public display. Imagine a millionaire who lives in a modest home, drives an average car, and blends into the crowd, while quietly owning businesses, properties, and stocks worth millions. The principle is simple. Anonymity is a superpower. The wealthy let their results speak for them, while they remain silent. Privacy isn't about hiding. It's about protecting what matters most. Now you've seen the 15 harsh rules the rich live by, the ones most people ignore. None of them are easy. They demand discipline, patience, and the courage to go against the crowd. But that's exactly why they work. Wealth isn't built by accident. It's built by choices, small, consistent ones that compound over years. The rich protect their time, their money, and their minds. They think long-term, act with intention, and aren't afraid to be uncomfortable today for the sake of freedom tomorrow. You don't have to adopt all 15 at once. Start with one, master it, then add another. Over time, you'll notice the gap between where you are and where you want to be getting smaller. So, which rule will you start following today? Drop in the comments and declare, I'm playing to win. Your future self will thank you. Until next time, thanks for watching and see you in the next video.